one of the main mitzvot of the holiday of Purim is Matanot L'evyonim, giving charity to the poor. And while the value of tzedakah, of charity, is obvious and always important, we have to ask ourselves why, in particular, on this day of the year, is there a specific mitzvah of giving tzedakah, of charity, in the form of Matanot L'evyonim. And I think we can get some insight into this question by looking at some of the details, or we'll start with one detail of the mitzvah of Matanot L'evyonim. And that is that the Shulchan Aruch teaches us, Ein midaktikin b'ma'ot Purim, that we don't do any investigation when it comes to distributing the money to poor on Purim. Ela kol mi sheposhet yado litol notnim lo. Anyone who comes to ask for money is given charity. And in this way, Matanot L'evyonim is different than charity. The general mitzvah of tzedakah that we're familiar with throughout the year is to give specifically to the poor, and therefore we're supposed to investigate to make sure that the person we're giving it to is actually someone in need. But in the case of Purim, the Matanot L'evyonim is specifically not to be investigated, but rather to be given to anybody who asks. And I think that this can teach us that unlike the mitzvah of tzedakah, of charity in general, which is to support the poor, the purpose of Matanot L'evyonim is to support everybody by making us feel generous and giving, and in order to elevate our simcha. The Rambam basically expresses this exact idea when he says, "Mutav le'adam leharbot me'matanot le'evyonim, mileharbot besudato, ubishloch manot l'reyav." It is better to have more Matanot L'evyonim than it is to have more food at the meal or shaloch manot. She'ein sham simcha gedola mufura el l'sameach leiv aniyim yitomim amanot v'gerim. There's no greater joy than the joy of sharing that which we have with those who don't have it. Sham esameach leiv ha'umlalim ha'elu dome l'shchina. Because in that way we become more like God. In other words, the purpose of Matanot L'evyonim is to elevate our simcha, to make it deep and meaningful and not shallow and external. That is why we have a mitzvah of Matanot L'evyonim, in particular on Purim, because Purim is a day to maximize our simcha. The way to maximize our simcha is to be given. And we have the exact same thing when it comes to all the other holidays as well. Because the Rambam says when it comes to all the holidays, Kishu ochel v'shoteh, when we eat and drink on the holidays, chayav la'achil, lager li'atom la'amana, imshar aniyim ha'umlalim. We must share with everybody. Aval mi shenoel dilatot chatzero ve'ochel v'shoteh, hu avanav v'ishto. If someone locks his doors and eats just with his family, it doesn't share with the poor, this is not simchat mitzvah, ela simchat kreso. It's a joy of the belly, not a true joy. The purpose of Purim and the holidays in general is to experience true joy, which is achieved by celebrating and sharing that which we have with those who don't have it. That is how we see simcha on our holidays. I hope everyone had a Purim Sameach, and we can learn from this message and carry it through to the rest of the year.